Good evening, guys. So, let's start with the introduction of our institute. So, who are we? Octa Networks. Octa Networks is a leading institution for IT networks training in the country with headquarters in Mumbai, Andheri. So, we basically provide trainings for multiple Cisco systems such as CCI collaboration, routing and switching, data center, wireless, service provider, etc. The labs are equipped with the latest state-of-the-art technology and equipments are available 24/7 for students of the institution. We also have the facility of rack rentals, which we provide to our students for better practice and workaround. In a decade, we have made more than 5,000 CCIs in all the streams and 100 plus CCDs. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rahul Prakash Katigar. I am a network engineer at Octa Networks. I have completed my education in computer application. I have also did certifications in CCNA and CCNP, basically network security. Kindly share me information about your academics and your experience in the chat box. Kindly please mute yourself.
नाने अब मैं रिकॉर्डिंग करूँ ना क्लास 3 आज नेमको पहिलं क्लास 1
Let's start with the introduction and history of the firewall. So, FortiGate firewall was created by Senji brothers in 2000s. They started their company headquarters mainly in Sunnyvale, California. They had 100 plus offices across the globe with over 5,000 plus employees worldwide. They had revenue in $1 billion and they have a growth of 19% year on year. 3.6 million shipped security devices and 340K plus customers. 467 patents is issued and 291 in process. So the prerequisite of this course is that you must have knowledge of basic networking. Can you please mute yourself, Dinesh?
Yes, sorry.
So, so over here, as we know that FortiGate is used in various places in the industry. FortiGate basically has a network security expert program. As you all know about Cisco CCIE level certifications, CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, CCD, etc. Fortinet also have a NSE program, which is basically Network Security Expert Program. The NSE program is a 8-level certification program. For NSE 1 to 3, the quizzes are incorporated into the self-paced learning package, which are available in the Institute portal. For NSE 4 to 8, you can give the exams via online Pearson View, proctor the exam. For NSE 8, you must pass the written exam, which is hosted by Pearson View. In addition, you must pass practical exam, which is hosted by Fortinet. All NSE certification levels are invalid for 2 years from the date of completion. So, this is the level of certification exam. So, NSE certification levels. Basically, fundamentals and associate are given normally in a quiz form. These levels, a professional level, solution specialist, and expert level, are conducted by Pearson on online portal. So, introduction to firewall. So, basically, what is a firewall? In computing, a firewall is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules or policies. So what we mean by this is basically in older times we used to use router as a firewall, right? Which basically worked on the term called access list. But over here we are using firewall. Wait a minute, there is some internet issue. Sorry for the interruption. In computing, a firewall is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing traffic based on predetermined security rules. So basically, over here, what we mean by this is
वो
FortiGate
कहता है
firewalls.
इसके लिए, वो कहता है कि मुझे ना, मैं पे कर दूंगा, मुझे कोई बंदा भेजो जो मुझे ये भी कॉन्फ़िगर कर दे मेरे सर्वर के ऊपर। मेरा तो दिल कर रहा है मैं इससे अलग से जाके दिहाड़ी लगा दूं।
Can you please mute yourself?
हो सकता है, लेकिन
Over here, firewall is used to protect our LAN from WAN area, right? So over here, basically, what we can do is we can provide a set of rules to our FortiGate firewall device, and it will work according to our rules. A firewall typically establishes a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external network. So, if we want to protect our internal network from our exterior network, such as viruses, threats, etc., we situate a FortiGate firewall between external network and internal network so that we can distribute untrusted users from trusted users. So, firewall can be a software, hardware, or combination of both. Firewall, in terms of FortiGate firewall, the FortiGate The firewall works basically on VMware or virtual manager or physically, right? So here what we can say is in the terms of firewall, FortiGate firewall, it uses FortiOS, which can be used on hypervisors as well. A firewall generally works at layer 3 and layer 4 of the OSI model. Layer 3 is the network layer where IP works, and layer 4 is the transport layer where TCP and UDP functions. Here, the access list were basically here the firewalls in the older times used to work only on the layer 3 and layer 4 of the OSI model. But nowadays, due to the use of next generation firewalls, we can make use of firewalls till layer 7, that is application layer. Many firewalls today have advanced up the OSI layer and can even understand layer 7 application layer. This is what I said that earlier. So, types of firewalls. Packet filtering fire. Packet filtering is a firewall technique used to control network access by monitoring outgoing and incoming packets and allowing them to pass or halt based on the source and destination internet protocol, address protocols, and ports. So basically, what happens over here is in terms of packet filtering firewall, the packet is filtered only through means of like source IP, destination IP, or ports. It's not checked thoroughly like deep packet filtering protocols. In a proxy firewall is network security that protects network resources by filtering messages at the application layer. A proxy firewall may also be called an application firewall or gateway firewall. So, proxy firewall is like a firewall in between our system from LAN side and WAN side, and where we distribute unauthorized users from authorized users. Next generation firewall. It is a deep inspection firewall that moves beyond port or protocol inspection and blocking to a level inspection, intrusion prevention, and bringing intelligence from outside the firewall. So, next generation firewalls mean that we can do the protection until layer 7 of the OSI model. So, what is a next generation firewall? In Fortinet, when we can see that there are two types of next generation firewalls. One, which is like firewall plus app control plus intrusion prevention included in a next generation firewall. There is a threat prevention firewall, which means that it comes with firewall VPN plus app control plus intrusion prevention plus antivirus. And in advanced threat detection firewalls, it comes with all the security policies that we need for firewall. What is the next generation firewall standalone? In standalone firewalls, we mean that for every single security purpose, we have a separate firewall. For VPN, we have a firewall VPN. For intrusion prevention, we have a different firewall. For web proxy, we have a different device. For antivirus, we have a different device. For web filtering, we have a different device. Like this. But what happens in Fortinet next generation firewalls is that we have combinations of 4, 5, or all these properties in a single firewall. FortiGate also have its own CPUs, like security processing units, which it manufactures on its own. FortiGate is a leading brand nowadays, which is at second number in all over the world. Palo Alto is on the first in this world. So, before we purchase a firewall, these are the features we need to check. Architecture. Prefer software firewall that you can install on a new PC or a dedicated appliance. Session. How many concurrent sessions does the firewall need to support? Basically, the session management can be done by maintaining how big your network is or how many sessions which are going to work concurrently in your infrastructure. VPN. How many VPN tunnels need to be able to run concurrently? What VPN protocol do you want to use? IPsec, PPTP, or L2TP? Integration. Do you need integration exchange email servers or SharePoint collaboration servers? For management purpose, what type of management user interface do you prefer? Command line interface, which is basically CLI, graphical management interface, which is web-based interface. Need to manage the firewall via SSH, Telnet, or SNMP. Need centralized management of multiple firewalls. So, here are the top 5 best firewalls. Palo Alto is number 1, FortiGate, Cisco ASA, Checkpoint, and Sonic Wall. Wait a minute, guys.
क्या बच्चे करना Hey Rahul, your voice is gone. Rahul, your voice is gone. Please open your audio.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, now your voice is coming.
Thank you. Let's resume with our session. Okay. So, what do you mean by firewall? Can anyone unmute yourself and say? Anyone?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you, sir. Actually, a firewall we can consider just a boundary security for our
Yes.
internal network between internal to external.
Okay.
So this is actually just boundary security to protect our infrastructure from every aspect of application or incoming, outgoing, based on everything
Okay.
like this.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else?
Sir, I have a
Yes.
question, if you allow me.
Yes.
I know I don't know, maybe you might in the next slide that there are two type of fire stateful and
Yeah, I will be
stateless.
talking about that. No worries.
Sure. Thank you.
It's
I
just an
know.
introduction lecture today.
Okay.
We will be going deep from next lecture from tomorrow. Okay.
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 Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. So basically, we can take an example to explain what firewall is, right? So there is a house with a fencing around it. So house is basically our LAN network, and the fencing is a firewall, and the guard keeping on the fencing is the guard keeping the gatekeeper is a watchman, which is basically we can say in the terms of network security rules. For example, if I want to allow marketing person to allow the LAN to go to enter our LAN network, so I will set up rule in the firewall that allow marketing guy. Okay, so what the watchman will do is he will go through the rule and he will see if the person is allowed it or denied. So if the person is allowed it, he will give him the authority to enter the LAN network. But if there is someone else, for example, you can say a virus or a Trojan, so we will be having a rule for him that deny virus or Trojan. So that what he will do is he will deny the Trojan. So this is basically how we can understand the firewall works, right? So there are mainly 5 types of firewalls. Packet filtering firewall. Packet filtering firewalls. Can you please mute yourself? Hello, can you please mute yourself? Okay. So basically what the term packet filtering firewall means is like it works as same as the access list we used to use in our Cisco routers. Here the work of the packet filtering is that when we allow something to go through our system and we deny something, right? So in packet filtering firewall, for example, if I want to let the IT guy to enter my resources such as Cisco to access my routers or switches, I will allow that person. But for a marketing guy, I cannot allow because it's not he don't know the technology, how to use it and what is it, right? So I in access list I will write allow IT guy and I will deny the marketing guy. In proxy firewall, a proxy firewall is a network security system that manages network resources by filtering application link. So a proxy firewall is basically which we use as a boundary between the external network and sorry, not external network for unauthorized users to authorized users to differentiate unauthorized users and authorized users. This is basically the work of proxy firewall. In next generation firewall, it is a deep packet inspection firewall that moves beyond port or protocol inspection and below level inspection, intrusion prevention, and bringing intelligence from outside the firewall. In next generation firewall, we can we can see over here that it is used to detect all kinds of things in a packet from source IP, destination IP, port, and also the data so that we can inspect what is carried into the packet. So here, as you can see that we have some standalone devices and we have some FortiGate next generation firewalls which are mixed of multiple security terms. In standalone devices, firewall, VPN, intrusion prevention, web proxy, antivirus, web filters, sandboxes, and SSL inspection. These are all used standalone, which means we have a single physical device for all these things. But in but what happens in FortiGate next generation firewall is that if we have a small infrastructure and we just need VPN, intrusion prevention, and antivirus, so that we can take license of those in the next generation firewall and use only that features. And if we want to increase, we can increase our features according to it, according to our requirements. So this is the quantum chart for yes. Guys, kindly unmute yourself or I have to kick you out. Thank you. And sorry for that. So this is our quantum chart, which basically sees which basically show us the data of the leaders, challengers, niche players, and visionaries. Over here, over the years, Fortinet has now become the number one network security device brand over the world. Which which before it was Cisco, but more due to the increase in the valuation of the devices, Fortinet is ruling the market.
Your voice is gone again.
Yes. Sorry. So guys, that's all for today. We will continue our session tomorrow in deep. We will be sharing you the recorded lectures via OneDrive. We will also sharing you some notebooks and cookbooks on WhatsApp group by tomorrow. Any questions? Do you have
Yeah,
any
sir.
questions?
Yeah, thank you, sir. We learned many things. Actually, I was little bit gap between the type of firewalls which I learned from you. I have a question, sir, if you don't mind. That you are saying the Palo Alto is the top number one in the among the five top firewalls, right?
Yes.
See, actually,
As
sir,
far as I have the knowledge, it is a leading.
So if I is point of technology, if I what the difference between Cisco, even Cisco, Palo Alto and Fortinet. So between Fortinet and Cisco, what are the major differences, and what features is not available in Cisco but which that is available in Fortinet? Do you understand my point, actually, sir? What do you, and what is
Yes, I can
advantage?
understand I am understanding your point. So the major difference over here in Fortinet and Cisco in terms
I
of
mean, I'm
FortiGate
not
5.
talking due point of sales. I just point of
No,
technology,
not about the
actually.
sales. I'm not talking about the sales.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay. So basically, in FortiGate, there are wide range of things in a single device, which means we can apply VPN, we can apply all the things in a single device using all the licenses we get from the company. But as you can see in Cisco, we have to take all the devices which are different, which will accordingly increase the cost of infrastructure. Right?
Right.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I
So we will
understood.
start with our next session from tomorrow. Okay. Thank you all. Hope you have a great day.
Or sir, I have one question. In a
Yes,
firewall purchasing, I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sure, thank you. In a file when we purchasing our firewall, in a mention documents in a sessions,
Yes.
I'm not understand what mean the session per contents.
So for example, as you can see that there are many users in your infrastructure, right, which are using, for example, Facebook or your voice calls or video calls. They all are maintained in a session table, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Like
Then
when sorry, like we open a browser and one sessions it's in, and we open another browser, it have a two session application is.
yes, you're
Yes,
right.
I am. Okay.
Basically, what here means is in infrastructure there are many users which are concurrently using sessions, things on your browser, voice call, or anything which is going through firewall. So
Yes,
the
right.
firewall should be capable to maintain that much session that your infrastructure is using for, right? For example, your firewall is capable of using 10,000 sessions per second, and your infrastructure is in over taking all that sessions, right? For example, if your sessions are 10,000 and you are going on 12,000, 13,000, if your infrastructure is using that much, then the firewall cannot handle that. Either you have to upgrade your firewalls or either you have to lower down all your sessions, right?
Okay, sir. Then we should when purchasing, we know this about. So we can these sessions are processing in a per second.
Can you repeat again?
These sessions are processing from on a firewall in a per second, like 10.
Yes.
10.
The session table maintains it per second basis.
All right.
There are many differences in FortiGate firewall, such as you can also get a higher throughput value. For example, 1 Tbps, 100 Gbps, or 1000 gigabits, right?
All right, then we should be move on to.
Yes.
And in a
Yes.
in a documentation, these sessions are mentioned because like one firewall 40, and then these are serving these 10,000, 1 lakh sessions. And
Yeah, I will
documentation
also
is
go through the devices on all
okay.
that by tomorrow. Okay. We will continue in
Okay.
our session tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hope you have a great day all.
Thank you.